I was mending fences on my ranch when my security app pinged. Motion sensors tripped to my back gate. Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, and her two officers had cut my lock, trespassing onto my private, county land with a fake inspection warrant. They were poking through my barn, claiming unapproved structures, oblivious to the storm they'd unleashed. Karen, who'd assaulted my wife, called me a renter, and demolished my sister's bridge, had invaded my 50-acre sanctuary, outside her HOA's reach. She didn't know my cameras caught every step. My biker crew, led by my cousin Vince, was nearby, and Sarah, the farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, and federal health inspector, had the law and a loyal posse on my side. Her break-in wasn't just bold, it was felony trespass, and my crew was about to roll in with a lesson in real violations. I stood by the gate, phone filming, as Karen's crew scribbled fines in my barn. Neighbors, alerted by my alarms, gathered, incensed. This wasn't just a trespass. It was Karen's most brazen attack, blind to my security and Vince's Harleys. My blood boiled, but a grin spread. She thought she could raid my ranch? I was about to turn her inspection into a viral rout, with my biker crew as the thunder. What unfolded wasn't just evicting her goons. It was a masterclass in property rights, raw loyalty, and community might that left Karen scattered, her HOA crushed, and Crescent Meadows roaring. My ranch wasn't just land. It was her trap, and Vince's crew was the reckoning. Karen's warrant was her dumbest move, and my bikers were about to show her the road. Crescent Meadows was a fierce suburb, its dusty trails, sturdy barns, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a bold stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once choked by bans on unapproved structures and excessive vehicles, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its soul. My back gate, secured with a heavy lock and wired with cameras and sensors, guarded my private property, exempt from HOA rules and backed by county and federal law. I'm Sarah, the farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, and federal health inspector who'd crushed Karen 35 times, buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, and stopping her assault on my wife, Alex. My cousin Vince, a grizzled biker and leader of the Iron Riders, a 20-strong crew of leather-clad loyalists, was my family's muscle. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a relentless bully, her clipboard a fading prop for her control obsession. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd led her officers, two hired lackeys with fake badges, onto my ranch, wielding a forged warrant to inspect my barn. She was unaware her act was felony trespass, my land was private, and Vince's crew was minutes away. Her scheme, backed by a dwindling HOA faction, was a desperate grab for power, blind to my cameras and the Iron Rider's roar. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, my sister, Mia, a nurse, my brother, Jake, a Marine, my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT friend, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the charge. The setting was a scorching May afternoon in 2026 at my ranch's back gate on a county road, where Karen's cut lock dangled and her lackeys rifled my barn. My cameras, wired for ranch security, captured their break-in. Neighbors, roused by my alarms, gathered, furious. Karen's trespass was a federal crime, and her ignorance of Vince's crew was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a break-in. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my ranch, expose her crime, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and shake the town. Karen's trespass was a reckless invasion. "Your barn's illegal," her fake warrant claimed, as her lackeys photographed my tools. I filmed, shouting, "This is my private ranch, Karen. You're trespassing." Her smirk faded. She hadn't expected my cameras. I texted Vince, who growled, "My crew's rolling." I called Harris, who snapped, "Felony trespass with forgery? She's roadkill." Ellen, watching Emma and Liam, sent my land deed, saying Karen's lost. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting, "Breaking into a federal inspector's ranch? Jail." I alerted Agent Chun, who barked, "This is FBI territory, trespass and fraud." Neighbors swarmed, filming the cut lock. My forum post exploded. "Karen's officers broken my ranch. Bikers incoming." Hashtags Karen invaded my ranch and hashtag Protect Sarah's Land trended, hitting 35 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadowmart, showing my footage and Vince's crew gearing up. "Crescent Meadows rides with Sarah," he said, hitting 40 million views. Lily handed out flyers about trespass laws, explaining Sarah's ranch is private. Karen's a criminal. Karen's lackeys, waving signs, HOA inspections. Try to justify her, but neighbors drown them out, chanting Sarah's ranch. Mia shared my deed, proving my ownership. I share my camera clip. Karen's crew broke in. They're caught. The video hit 300 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal clout rattled Karen's goons. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit rolled up as Vince's Iron Riders, 20 Harleys thundering, surrounded the barn. "Get off our land!" Vince roared, his crew's leather vests gleaming. I live-streamed. Karen's officers trespassed. Bikers and feds are here. The stream hit 700 million views, with news helicopters circling. Comments flooded. "Vince is a beast." Karen screwed. Linda arrived with a county sheriff, announcing Karen's break-in is felony trespass. The crowd chanted ranch. Ranch, as Karen's lackeys froze. The FBI cornered Karen in my barn, clutching her forged warrant. Harris cuffed her, as Vince's crew revved their engines, intimidating her goons into surrender. Karen rambled, "It's HOA land," but Chun held up my footage and deed. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a Ranch Riders Day at Meadowmart, with music and property rights talks. Karen's lie about inspections collapsed. My ranch owed nothing. The stage was set, not just to boot her out, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my land. Her break-in was her end, and Vince's crew was my thunder. My ranch was a fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed in my barn, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed her forged warrant. The livestream hit 800 million views, with hashtag Karen invaded my ranch and hashtag Protect Sarah's Land trending globally. Neighbors packed the fence line, waving signs, Sarah's ranch. No HOA trespass. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a biker showdown versus HOA crime. The air roared with Harleys, and I was ready to rout Karen. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. "Sarah's ranch is private, HOA-exempt county land. Karen's break-in is felony trespass." He showed my footage and deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our shield." Karen invaded our home. The forum surged. "Karen's a thief. Vince is our hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen breaks into ranch. Doesn't know biker crews waiting." Hashtag Karen invaded my ranch. Karen yelled, "It's my right." But Shin held out my footage, stating, "You forged a warrant, felony fraud." Her face crumpled. She hadn't expected Vince's crew. National property rights groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's ranch is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Justice for Sarah's Ranch," hit 40 million signatures with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's ranch and freedom are our pride. Karen's trespass threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $800,000 and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting ranch riders. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors guarded my gate as Vince's crew patrolled the ranch. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. Karen thought she could raid my ranch, but I'm a federal inspector, and my biker crew's here. I proposed a Ranch Riders Day at Meadowmart, with bike shows, music, and a fundraiser for property defense, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to reinforce my fences. I shared online, "Karen's trespass failed. Join us for Sarah's ranch." The live stream hit 900 million views, with hashtag Ranch Riders Day trending. Comments flooded. "Vince is unstoppable. Karen's roadkill." Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. "You're charged with trespass, fraud, and conspiracy," she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van. Vince's Harley's revving. Jake's stream hit 1.2 billion views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Ranch wins. News ran headlines. Federal inspector and biker crew crush HOA Karen's ranch trespass. Lily organized kids to paint ranch rider signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our land. Harris cleared the barn, and neighbors cheered. Chun secured my gate, and Linda promised county funding for a crescent iron sign, marking my ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would protect my land, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen and her lackeys faced trial, my ranch secure. The live stream hit 1.5 billion views, with hashtag Karen invaded my ranch and hashtag protect Sarah's land trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving ranch rider signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as federal inspector and Vince's biker leadership now a verdict, our evidence the blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Rivera, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with trespass, fraud, and conspiracy," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen's crew cutting my lock. "The plaintiff's ranch is private, HOA exempt," she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our queen." Shin testified, voice sharp. Karen's forged warrant endangered a community and violated federal law. She showed the fake document, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $800,000 HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted ranch, ranch, as kids waved painted bikes, symbols of our win. Tom showed my camera logs, proving Karen's orders. "Sarah's security crushed her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a crescent iron sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my ranch's status. "This ranch is mine, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a bike under a state seal. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Vince's legacy." Rivera reviewed the evidence, footage, deed, warrant, calling it undeniable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it was HOA property. But Rachel played her orders, exposing her lies. Rivera ruled, guilty on all counts. 6 years for Miller, 3 for her lackeys, $1.9 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. Federal inspector and biker crew halt HOA Karen's ranch trespass. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Ranch Riders Day plans took shape. I gave the mic to Vince, who shone. "Nobody messes with Sarah's land," he growled. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our ranch in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat, it was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our strength could outshine crime. As my ranch stood tall, justice roared. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like "Biker Crew Defeats HOA, Karen's Ranch Trespass," and "Sarah's Land Triumphs." The livestream hit 3.5 billion views, with hashtag Karen Invaded My Ranch trending for weeks. Fan art of my ranch as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and property rights groups invited me and Vince to speak. Talk shows called, but we stayed grounded, saying this is about our home. Ranch Riders Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, touring my ranch, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Iron sign. Meadowmark catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the ranch to my lake bluefins. The event raised $2.2 million for property defense, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's ranch shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $800,000 and dissolved it, with new laws banning illegal entries. Karen got 6 years, her lackeys 3, all banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to prison, reportedly arguing over rules. "Don't trespass like Karen" became a local joke painted on gates. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting Iron Nights with music and security talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's ranch, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini bikes, leather patches, saying our fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts, was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned an Iron Fest with bike shows, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah and Vince turned Karen's trespass into our triumph. One post read, "I hired teens to patrol my ranch, giving them pride." At the fest, under an Iron Forever banner, Linda toasted, "To Sarah, Vince, Alex, and Crescent Meadows, where riders defeat tyrants." Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my ranch gleamed. Karen's break-in had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and our crew were our stronghold, proof no bully could breach our freedom. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand wild, proud, and untamed.